Hey everyone, picked up another pistol. This time, Kel-Tec PMR-30. I've actually kind of wanted one of these since they first came out, how many ever years ago, but due to pricing and availability, I've never been able to pick one up. I was on the list at a local gun store for one of these and been on there for at least 6 months to 8 months, and they never really gotten any in. I saw the prices kind of dropped underneath the $600 mark there. I noticed that CDNN started advertising that they had these in stock and you had to call and figure out what the price was, so I just so happened to call them, and the price was $4.99 plus $14 shipping and handling or something. So after I was able to get an FFL set up to get this transferred to, they had the Patriot Brown in stock, so I got one, got it transferred, and it's sitting right here. There's not much to do for unboxing wise. I mean, it's a pretty nice hard case. You've got your foam in here. Instruction manual. Pretty nice instruction manual. Rust paper. Fancy trigger lock. They give you for free. Here's your gun. Get 2 magazines. These 30 round magazines. You get a nice note here that tells you what you should and shouldn't shoot out of here. Again, this is the Patriot Brown color. It's very close to almost a green in most lights, but it's brown, but it's hard to tell that it's brown. Magazine release on the PMR-30, if you guys didn't know, is a European style heel release. So if you're looking for the mag release up there, it's not there. You've got window indicators on the side for your rounds. You've got a manual thumb safety that, like your AR-15 safety, you cannot put into safe when the hammer is not cocked. Red is fire, blank is safe. It's pretty easy to activate with the thumb, either left-handed or right-handed. Your slide release is right there. Kind of small, still you can get to it with your right finger pretty easily. Right thumb. Left, you gotta kind of come over there with the trigger finger. You're marked on the top of your barrel, 22 Magnum. Interesting thing to note is the hammer pack is the serialized part of this gun. If you get on Kel-Tec's website, you practically can order almost anything to replace on this gun. You can order black or whatever color you want frame. You can either order it complete or in halves and spend all your time swapping everything out. You have a fiber optic front and rear sight. The rear sight is molded into the plastic cover here. Not too thrilled about that. I'd rather have to be able to replace the rear sight with something else, but it's no big deal. You've got your 1913 Picatinny rail up front. Takedown on this is pretty easy. Your single takedown pin right here. Push it out from left to right. You might need a pen or bullet tip or something. And the slide just pops right off. Here's your interior. Your trigger bar, your hammer assembly, your ejector. Your feed ramp is plastic and is an insert into the frame. Other than that, not much to write home about. Very lightweight. The underside of your slide. In order to field strip the slide, I'm going to grip the guide rod and pull it back. Take out this little bushing. I'm not sure what the life expectancy of this bushing is, but we put 150 rounds through it and it kind of already looks like that. We'll slide the locking block and barrel all the way forward and lift out. You can see this is where the barrel lugs interface with the locking block. Slide the barrel back and then it just comes out. There's your barrel. A factory threaded barrel with flash suppressor. They highly recommend that you don't shoot it with the suppressor for whatever reasons due to the action of the gun. It does have dual extractors to help aid with extraction. These 4 screws remove the plastic housing, and you can mount a red dot there with either making your own mount or buying one from Kel-Tec. Assembly is obviously the reverse. Put your barrel in there. This little end goes up. Slide it all the way to the front. You have your locking block. And drop it in there. Pull the assembly to the back. Put your bushing in. It only goes in one way and lays flat up against the front of the slide. You can tell which kind of way it goes. The other way it doesn't. It wants to curve out from the end. And then you just put your recoil spring. That's easy. Reassembly, obviously just line your holes up there and put your pin back in, and that's it, that easy. Get our handy dandy scale out here to give you guys an idea how light this gun is. This gun, empty with no magazine, it's a whole 14 ounces. With one magazine, 15.6 ounces. With a full 31 rounds, 30 plus 1, the entire package weighs 1 pound and 4 ounces. That's 20.1 ounces. That's 6 ounces lighter than a fully loaded 5.7. These are 40 grain Spear gold dots. Magazines take down like standard pistol magazine. There's a button in the bottom. Push the base off. And you lose your spring. The spring's actually a round spring. Here's your follower. There's a ridge in the back that this follower guides itself on. If you read the manual how to load this, they do have specific instructions that after so many rounds you're supposed to tap the back to make sure you have the rim seated all the way against the back of the magazine. Through the 150 rounds that we fired through this, I didn't have any failures to feed that resulted from not loading the magazine correctly. I'm going to put it back together. You put the little pad there. Make sure not to let it fly and lose your spring. And just push it back on. These are right around 30 bucks right now. I think you can find them all day long on a gun broker in like packs of 5 for 150 bucks. We have our handy dandy RCBS trigger pull gauge. First pull was 4 pounds and 2 ounces. And 4 pounds 2 ounces again. £4 2 ounces again. Really consistent. It's a fairly light trigger. Could be a little lighter. Could be about 3 pounds and less travel. It's not bad. So here's our take up. Not a whole lot of take up. Right there. There's a little bit of creep, I think. Your reset. Right there. Very audible click. Click, and then if you let it go all the way out, just a little bit of take up there. It's not bad. All in all, I'm fairly impressed with the Kel-Tec PMR-30. Would I say this is a poor man's 5.7? In basic concepts and the fact that it's a high capacity, lightweight, semi-automatic pistol, maybe. But the fit and finish on the 5.7 is way better than the PMR-30. Some of my minor gripes are, you can see the parting line pretty good between the halves. You've got a little bit of a weird thing here where the right hand side of the frame kind of juts down a little bit, and I've noticed this on other PMR-30s. It's not, level across there. Most of it's cosmetic and aesthetics. You'll know I can actually feel when you put the magazine in there, you can kind of feel that these parting lines part just ever so slightly, and it's kind of hard to see, but if you look in there at an angle yourself, you probably can't see it with the thing, but you can see a little light pass through the frame lines there. Other than that, the plastic's pretty good. It does feel like plastic, and the weird thing is if you actually smell it, it smells like plastic, whereas some of your polymer guns don't have that plastic smell, but it smells like plastic. It's weird, and it's not me. My wife confirmed the same thing. The grip texture's okay. I would like to see maybe a little more here and something on the front and rear, but it does pretty well. And a couple aftermarket companies make a adhesive grip that you can apply out of heat shrink or whatever that works pretty good. So I'll quit my babbling now and roll all the footage of the fireballs we got from this thing.